Let's start with whether or not this was a Robert Kraft hire. Is Josh McDaniels here because the Krafts wanted him to be here? It's a fair question. It's a fair question to ask because of the history. McDaniels has been here multiple times, as we know. McDaniels was reportedly on his way to Indianapolis and then, decided to meet with Robert Kraft one last time to give him a shot, and Robert kept him here. As I've said before, Josh McDaniels was really the first Gerard Mayo. Robert Kraft wanted McDaniels to take over for Belichick when Belichick moved on. McDaniels got a shot to be a head coach with the Raiders before that happened. But Robert Kraft loves himself some Josh McDaniels, and I'm sure Jonathan Kraft loves Josh McDaniels as well. So it is a fair question to ask whether or not McDaniels was a Kraft hire or a Vrabel hire. Phil Perry was on Zolak and Bertrand today and said that a lot of the talk within the OC circles was that Josh was getting the job even before Mike Vrabel got his job. Here's what I'll say. I appreciate Phil Perry, and I'm sure he's heard that from offensive coordinators, and I'm sure he's heard that from some people in the game, no doubt 100%. But a couple things. A, that could be defeatist talk by others. That could be excuse-making by others, right? Oh, I'm not going to go to New England because they're just going to hire Josh McDaniels. It could be. It could be defeatist talk. But here's the most important thing. And here's why I think Mike Vrabel was just fine hiring Josh McDaniels as his OC. And this is why I don't put that hire on the Krafts. Because back on December 17th of 2024, Albert Breer, our guy Bert, was on ESPN 1000 in Chicago. And back on December 17th, Bert Breer told ESPN 1000 that Vrabel was at the top of the Chicago Bears list with his relationship with Ryan Poles. And at the time, on December 17th, Bert Breer said on ESPN 1000 that Mike Vrabel's choice for offense would be Tommy Rees or Josh McDaniels. That's December 17th, folks. December 17th. Bert was mentioning Josh McDaniels as a favorite to go with Mike Vrabel if Vrabel got a head coaching job. It was either Tommy Rees or it was McDaniels. Those were the guys at the top of his list. Again, that was December 17th. That wasn't January 17th. That was December 17th. Now, of course, Tommy Rees stayed in Cleveland out of loyalty to Kevin Stefanski. He got promoted as the OC. But Bert's talking about Josh McDaniels being married with Mike Vrabel right after the Arizona Cardinals game. So this isn't like it was plucked out of thin air. This isn't like it was a surprise. Mike Vrabel has been linked with Josh McDaniels well before Gerard Mayo was fired. Well before people thought Gerard Mayo would be fired. Mike Vrabel was linked with Josh McDaniels to go to Chicago first and foremost, if it wasn't going to be Tommy Rees. So that's why I don't buy into this thing that it was just, all a Robert Kraft, Jonathan Kraft production. Because this was mentioned well before the head coach opening actually happened. It was established that Josh McDaniels could be part of a Mike Vrabel package. It was established before Mayo was fired, weeks before Mayo was fired. So I don't think it's, oh, wow, there's something weird here. I don't. Now, of course, the relationship with the Krafts helps Josh get the job. There's no denying that. Again, the history is the history, and it's a fair question to ask. It's just I go back to the middle of December and say, Vrabel was being linked with Josh McDaniels back in the middle of December. Google it, as they say.